Woo! Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, here comes part 5 of my 4-part series of the often overlooked county campground. And this one's a beaut. This is Dan Nicholas Park and Campground in Rowan County, North Carolina. So y'all follow me. I'll show you around. Before we go any further, I'd like to remind you guys, please don't forget to mash that subscribe button, give me a big old thumbs up, maybe even leave me a comment or two. I sure would appreciate it. Wanted to tell you guys about this great app too, RV Parky. What a wonderful app to go find campgrounds all over this great country of ours. And it's absolutely free. Check your Play Store. Alright y'all, welcome to Dan Nicholas County Park in beautiful Salsbury, North Carolina. Now listen, this is a park in the truest sense. I know I usually do campground reviews, but this is a park in the truest sense, in not only does it feature picnic shelters and fishing and camping, which I'll get to here in a minute, but it also features gobs of attractions, including a barnyard, a carousel, a gem mine, mini golf, a nature center, paddle boats, a splash pad for the kids to cool down in, a train ride, and a wildlife adventure center. All of the details as far as like fees and opening times for the year can be found in the link in the description. But the cool thing about Dan Nicholas Park is they don't charge a cent for visiting. They have many features on the park that are absolutely free. There are some other areas of the park that can be visited for a very small charge. Now here's an interesting fact for you. Dan Nicholas Park was created originally with a gift in 1968 of 330 acres of land from Mr. Dan Nicholas. He was a local entrepreneur and philanthropist. Also, I'd like to add that Dan Nicholas Park is a great destination for your next field trip. The park is full of fun and educational activities for all ages. Now let's go take a closer look at this campground. Say, that reminds me, if y'all are looking for a way to support this channel, keep this here train rolling full of farm fresh content twice a week, why don't you slide over to my Teespring shop, get yourself a coffee mug or maybe even a t-shirt. But if you don't want to do that, how about you go to buymeacoffee.com, and for the price of a cup of coffee, you help keep this train rolling. You can also visit boondockerswelcome.com. All of the links are in the description. Thanks a bunch. Now, before I start yammering on about this beautiful campground, it's time for my usual disclaimer. Pets are always welcome as long as they're kept on a lead no longer than 6 foot. Don't leave your pet in your camper or your tent, and for the love of all things holy, clean up after your pet. Also, firewood. Remember, don't bring firewood from home. Buy your firewood no more than 10 miles away from this campground. That way we keep out invasive species of beetles that can tear down a forest. And while I'm not sure if this is an active bear area, there is other wildlife in this area, and as always, never approach wildlife. You want to have a nice vacation, not a trip to the hospital. So there are about 65 RV and tent campsites in this campground. And all of the sites and cabins at Dan Nicholas Park are in the woods. While they do not have sewer hookups on each site, there is electricity and water. Pets are allowed on sites only, not in the cabin areas. They have 2-night minimum for reservations on the weekends. Payment in full must be made to hold reservations. They do not do refunds. However, they will issue you a rain check if notified 4 days prior to the first reservation date. And these are good for 1 year. Check-in time is 3 p.m. and checkout time is 11 a.m. for campsites and cabins. You may check in early if these campsites or cabins are unoccupied. Call the morning you're fit to come and ask. They do lock up the gate at different times through the year, so you might want to call first for closing times. Campers can get the combination to the lock though. All visitors must check in at the store and leave before the gate locks. And hey, if a little fun is what you're after, I mean, that's what you're here for to begin with, right? They plan 2 chili cook-offs as well as ice cream making contests each year. On July 4th, they have a bicycle parade and a decorating contest. And as always, Halloween is a big event of the year with a costume and site decorating contest. Now, of these campsites, most of them feature 30, 50, and 110 power as well as water, like I said before. 12 of those sites are pull-throughs. Tents are welcome on any sites but not in the cabin area. They allow 1 travel trailer, 1 recreational vehicle, or 2 tents per site. There is a 6-person maximum, and each site has a table and a grill. Now, as of 2022, the sites are a measly $30 with power and water. Or, if you're a tent camper and don't require power and water, they're only $25. Man, what a bargain. In addition to that, they have 6 beautiful cabins that are located between the 2 bathhouses. Features include air and heat, beds, a small microwave, and a refrigerator. There's a 5-person maximum, and each cabin has 2 grills and a table with outside water only. Well, that's going to about do it for this episode of Eatin Good in the Woods Campground Reviews. For the money, I don't think you're going to beat this place. Now listen, y'all going out there, be nice to one another. I sure love y'all, and God bless. Bye-bye.